Is it just me, or does Keanu Reeves look a lot weird without his beard? I don't know, I guess they wanted to make that distinction between the Bill and Ted movies and John Wick. But I don't know, at the end of Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, I mean, he did have a beard, so I don't know why he couldn't have kept his beard. Okay, so as most of you know, I don't do full-on reviews, like talk about everything about the movie, everything I didn't like, everything I did like. I just focus on the positives and negative things that stick out to me the most. Alright, so a little bit about the synopsis without giving away so much of the story. Bill and Ted, it's been however long many years since the Bogus Journey film, and they have not done anything with their lives at all. And they're still living in the garage, they're still married to the princesses, but they're slackers, and they haven't done anything with their lives. They're still working on creating that one song that's going to change the world, that's going to unite the world. So going into this movie, I kind of expected only one thing. I expected the film to be a by-the-numbers sequel, which it kind of ended up being that, except that it kind of surprised me in the third act in a way that I didn't expect it to be in such a grand scale as it turned out to be. I'm not giving away any spoilers, by the way. So one of the things I want to talk about first is Bill and Ted's daughters, and how incredible they took the roles, how serious they took the roles. And I absolutely dug how they wanted the daughters to be portrayed as sort of like a mirror image of Bill and Ted, which was great, because if it would have been otherwise, probably would not have worked out as it did in the movie. So now I'm going to move on a little bit towards the negative. I really did not like the fact that I love the fact that the daughters separated and went on to their own journey to find well, you know what? I'm not gonna give away that part. But I'm glad that the daughters separated and went on to their own journey. But I did not like the fact that the wives separated and then went on to their own journey. I think it would have been a lot better if the wives were a part of Bill and Ted's journey. It would have added to the levity, and sometimes there were parts in the movie where there was just so many awkward moments of silence between the jokes that it was just like, I think if the wives would have been present, it would have added more dialogue and more oomph per se to the scene. One of the other things I really didn't care for was the first act. Okay, it's not that I really didn't care for it, it's just that it moves way too slow. Now, I am not against movies being slow in the first act, because, you know, they have to do the whole introduction, and even in sequels they have to set up the movie. So I am no stranger to a film being that to being slow at all. The problem with Bill and Ted Face the Music is that it was way too slow. Like, they were trying too hard to make the pieces fit to try and get the movie to move on towards the second act. So that's something that I think they could have done a better job at. I'm certainly not saying I could have done a better job at it, but I'm just saying that, you know, yes, the first act moved way too slow. So one of the things I really love about the film is the character Dennis, who is a robot. Now, that's as far as I'll say when it comes to, you know, the character, because if I keep on going, it's gonna tread into spoiler territory. So I'll just leave it at that. But yes, the character does provide a lot of comedic relief when it needed it, and it didn't go too over the top. By the way, the character or the actor who played Dennis played Victor Zsasz in the Gotham series, and I thought that actor played one hell of a Victor Zsasz. I have no idea what they were thinking about when they created that character for Birds of Prey, or what they were thinking about when they decided to go with that character change in Birds of Prey. But no, Victor Zsasz deserves a lot better than what they did in Birds of Prey. If you want me to do a review on that film, I'll do it. But I'll just say this: I liked the movie. It was a good movie. But I digress. Now let's talk about Keanu Reeves and Alex Winter's performance in the movie. And I just gotta say that they did a marvelous job. They took the characters to heart as they should have, and that's what I love about the film. Now, there are times whenever someone does a sequel after so many years and they don't do a good job of it because they don't understand the characters like they were back then. Case in point is Dumb and Dumber, whenever the first one versus the newest one, I guess it came out a few years ago. Those were two different characters. So I'm glad that in the Bill and Ted movie, they kept the characters true to their heart, and Keanu Reeves and Alex Winter did a fantastic job with recreating who they were back in the late 80s, early 90s. I was kind of expecting Station to be a part of the movie, but I guess, they just wanted to go with a little bit of a nod to the character. I guess, but Station was a pretty cool dude, and they did say that Station in the movie Bogus Journey, they did say that he was a part of the group, or he was a part of the band. So why wasn't he in the movie? No idea, but I wanted him in the movie. So now let's get to the grand finale, the ending, the third act. I gotta say that this movie pulls on the strings of your heart so hard that I almost had a tear at the end, because it had a wonderful message of togetherness. It had one of the greatest endings in a movie of the year so far. Not saying that there hasn't been others, because I haven't seen that many movies this year, because there's so much going on with everybody's lives right now, and 2020 has been a messed up year for pretty much everybody. But nevertheless, Bill and Ted's Face the Music gave us an ending of... They gave us a message of togetherness, and I love that, and I wish that, this whole country can unite. We'll just have to see, but I still have hope for this country. But anyways, going back to the movie. The movie is a fantastic movie. I'm just going to give you this little thing real quick. There's two... How can I put it? I have two reactions to the film. So I'm just going to go ahead and give you the one over here where, if you are a fan of the Bill and Ted franchise, well, the Bill and Ted 1 and 2, then you are absolutely going to love this movie. You are going to have a wonderful time watching this movie, because it does Bill and Ted great. The performances are great, and it gives us a wonderful story to latch onto. However, if you are not a fan of the Bill and Ted movie, as my sister, who watched the movie with me, she watched the movie and she really didn't seem like she was having a good time. So, nevertheless, I'm going to go ahead and give it a score that takes my my love of Bill and Ted out of the equation, so that I can give it a fair and honest review. And here it is. Bill and Ted Face the Music is a 5.5 out of 10. I'm sorry, but if I wanted to be more biased toward the film, then I would have gave it like an 8.5 or 9 out of 10, because of how much Bill and Ted mean to me as the movie, because I really love the franchise, and I really dug the first one. Was better than the second one, but even though the second one really had a charm to it. But if I had to give it a score, it would be a 5.5 out of 10, simply because it was just not as great as some people would like to say it is. So anyways, that's my review. That's what I think about Bill and Ted Face the Music. If you want to watch more of my content, please subscribe. Let me know what you thought about the movie down in the comments section. I'm usually don't ask for subscribers, for thumbs up or comments and all that kind of stuff. I just leave it up to you. If you would love to do that, that's fine. I really do try and will try to connect with my audience. I know some YouTubers don't, whether for whatever reason that they don't. It could be personal, it could be other reasons, but I certainly am going to do my best to connect with my audience. So let me know what you think in the comments below. The trip to Copper Break State Park is coming up in about 3 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks or something like that. But in the meantime, I'm just gonna fill that space up with reviews. I'm gonna do 2 more reviews this weekend, or definitely 1, possibly 2, and then I have another thing to talk about. Just real quick, my schedule for my work schedule has changed, so I'm now off Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. So you can expect those Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays to have the release times for new videos, instead of when I usually used to release was when either Monday or Tuesday, which was my old schedule. So anyways, that's all I have to say. Hope you liked the review. Stick around for more. Peace.